So we're going to look at how to set up venue invoicing. But before we head to that section, we're going to stop by company categories real quick. So company categories. And I know we spoke about this during the category setup for the venue configurations, but I want to revisit this just in case you're the accountant and you weren't part of the venue setup, and just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So this category is transaction categories. Now, whenever a charge is generated in Sunnis, it is associated with a transaction category, or if it's a package payment, it can have multiple transaction categories. This has three main purposes. One, this is where we are relating the tax rate, the VAT rate, GST, whatever you call it. This is how we can run revenue reports. So revenue reports, so looking at how much money did we make last month in food, or revenue did we generate last month in food versus next year in January, what is our food revenue forecasted for? So revenue reports, revenue forecasting. And lastly, this is the category that we're associating with our accounting software. So when we are either exporting or syncing financial records, we can associate these transaction categories with the account that that money is being assigned to. So in your zero sync, this will be the account that you are saying for your pre-sales account, or it'll be the nominal code for your deferred sales account for Sage. Or it could be the name that you use for the account for other accounting software. So we're taking that into consideration as well. So if we have a charge, it could be for 1,500 pounds, and that could be 500 for food, 500 for alcohol, and 500 for venue hire. That comes through on that financial record that we've got 500 at 20%, 500 at 20%, 500 at 20%. But it does break it up, which is building good habits, because you never know when those tax rates could possibly change. We're always hearing rumors. So once you're clear that these are the rates, the categories you want to have, we can move forward. We recommend that these are umbrella categories. You don't want to create a transaction category absolutely for every single thing you sell. It will get hard to manage. But groupings, you can see that we have ceremony fee we added in separate here, which is fine. Accommodation, of course, is important to add separately. You occasionally see something like a DJ, but you don't want to add it for, every food. Like, it doesn't really work to break up food. Like, food is food. We have no way of breaking it up to be wedding breakfast versus evening food, for example. We do break up soft drinks versus alcohol because we did see a tax change in the UK during the COVID days. So that's where that comes from. But it's good. We're slowly seeing some countries actually changing their alcohol rates here recently. So we've got those good habits in place. So once these are ready, you're going to go to your venue. So venue down to invoicing. Your transaction categories are going to come through here. You need to go through and assign the tax rate. If you don't see your tax rates listed here, let us know and we can get those added in for you. So we'll go in and say, this is a gratuity 0 rate, so 2020. Even if you're not using it, so we're not planning on using gratuity, you still need to assign a tax rate. So I'm going to I can leave that tax exempt, save, make sure it all goes through. And it's happy, so actually I can put that at no tax. Okay, so we have 20 across, and actually 20 probably applies to the ceremony fee. And that all looks correct. And then we have the financial documents. Sunnis creates 3 financial documents: a pro forma, so a draft invoice, an invoice, and credit notes. We default here to these prefixes. You can change these if you want to. Then we'll have the venue initial, and then what number you want to start with. You have to have it at least 6 digits. But this gives you some control on that naming. And then down here, you see the example, so you can see exactly what it will look like. And here's some gratuity. I'll wait for the gratuity video to walk you through that, so I'll leave that blank for now. And then others. Minimum due date if you're doing auto invoicing. So this is when you can start that process. The lead time. This is where you can have a payment window. Because especially when we are creating payment plans for weddings, they can be, 2-3 years out. If you want to limit how far ahead a customer can start paying on those charges, you can do so here by putting a payment window on it. So you could say, we don't want payments being paid on more than 60 days before the due date. Or it could be something like, you don't want it more than a year ahead of time. Or you can just leave this blank and they can pay on it, and money in your hand is better than money in their bank, or however you want to look at it. So that's optional. Then escrow must be a single payment. Check out the escrow video. But I would recommend that you have this on because you want escrow associated with one invoice, because when you return it, it's one credit note. So it just streamlines that closeout period for you. Okay, so that looks good for how I want to set it up. I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I'm ready to go on the invoicing. You want to repeat this on each venue if you have multiple venues. The transaction categories are company level. So even if you have one venue that's dry hire and one that does catering, your dry hire venue will have food and soft drinks and alcohol, so you still need to put those tax rates in, even though you won't be using them. And then while we're on the transaction categories, and since you're here, you are welcome to hop into your either your Xero setup or even your Sage setup and set up those categories as well. Check out those videos for more information on the accounting integrations. But making sure that this is correct and you've got these little nuances down here, options correct, will help set you up for success.